All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jerred Moon here, and welcome to the Better Humanology podcast. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I really have one announcement, and then I'm going to roll this episode for you guys. So what we have is a new podcast. The Garage Gym Athlete podcast is here, so this is 100% separate from Better Humanology, and what we're doing in the Garage Gym Athlete podcast is talking to garage gym athletes. So if you are interested in starting a garage gym, want to hear from some other guys and gals who are already kicking it in their garage and training, you want to know what their struggles are, how they train, what equipment they have, how long they've been doing it, all the ins and outs of that, then definitely check out this podcast. And the reason I did this podcast is because I do coaching calls each and every single week with different athletes chasing different goals, and a lot of them following Garage Gym Athlete programming. And I would just get carried away in these conversations. I'd have so much fun talking to them, and I always thought to myself, it would be awesome if everyone else at Into 3 Fitness could hear what these athletes are going through and how they're kicking ass and training in their garage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play episode 00. This was kind of the launch of the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. I know a lot of you are already subscribed to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast, and I really appreciate that. And what we're doing is we're doing a Concept 2 rower giveaway. All you have to do is go to garagegymathlete.com and enter to win there for the launch of this podcast. And we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff all month with this podcast. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play episode 00 here at Better Humanology. So this is kind of like an introduction to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. And then all the rest of the episodes are really focused on interviewing an athlete and diving into their story and what they're all about. So I'm going to play that, but if you're interested in any of this stuff, you already know what podcasting app you use. You can just type in Garage Gym Athlete and you will find us. Go check out garagegymathlete.com if you want to enter in that giveaway or find out other cool stuff. Watch the YouTube videos to this podcast because they all come with that. But either way, here's episode 00. If you like it, go on over to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast and subscribe and listen to those athletes. All right, guys, here we go. Hey, my name's Jerred Moon, and I'm part of a group of underground athletes you've probably never even heard of before. Most of us don't even have gym memberships. We don't have every piece of equipment known to man, nor do we have a ton of time to train. And we don't need it because we're achieving amazing things without it. We are Garage Gym Athletes, and these are our stories. What is a Garage Gym Athlete? You may have never heard of us, but you can't deny our momentum. The steam behind this movement is growing rapidly. Some of us are Spartan Racers, some of us are special operators, some of us are CPAs, fathers, mothers, your friends, your neighbors, but one thing we all have in common is that we are all athletes. And before I tell you exactly what a garage gym athlete is, I have to answer a more important question. How did we get to this point? When did we start giving the proverbial middle finger to the fitness norm? What changed? Or more importantly, what broke? If you crack open your fitness history books, it is not hard to draw a direct line to how we got here today. The first thing you have to know is that there are consequences or after effects to every significant event in the fitness industry. We call them aftermaths. If we go back to 1953, you'll see the significant push in home fitness by a man named Jack LaLanne. Jack LaLanne was an American fitness, exercise, and nutrition expert who is sometimes referred to as the godfather of fitness. He started the Jack LaLanne Show on September 28, 1953. The show was noted for its minimalist set where LaLanne inspired his viewers to use basic home objects such as a chair to perform their exercises along with him. Here, home fitness was truly born. Wearing his standard jumpsuit, he urged his audience with the enthusiasm of an evangelist to get off their couch and copy his basic movements, a manner considered to be the forerunner of today's common fitness videos. While he made a significant impact in the fitness industry, there was just one problem. Jack wasn't hardcore enough. He didn't pump you up. An aftermath to his impact was bound to ensue. And who was Jack LaLanne's aftermath? Arnold. Arnold needs little introduction as Schwarzenegger is considered among the most important figures in the history of bodybuilding. Schwarzenegger was so prominent in the health and fitness scene, he was even appointed by the President of the United States to the President's Council on Physical Fitness in Sports, on which he served from 1990 to 1993. Even with Arnold's admitted steroid use, he exploded the industry. Everyone was looking to pump iron and look like Arnold. While an exciting time, this is where the new rift begins. A new aftermath begins to build. And it's important that you note this one, as it changed fitness culture forever. As highlighted in the documentary Bigger, Stronger, Faster, people started learning that all of their heroes, from Arnold to Rocky, were pumped full of performance-enhancing drugs. This truth put a splinter in the fitness industry. And while that splinter was festering, the explosion of vanity-based fitness, tanning beds, harmful supplements, and men shaving their legs reigned supreme. What we call Globo gyms came onto the scene heavily in the 90s. Gyms where you can get a haircut, go for a swim, lift weights, and pay your taxes, all while eating a Krispy Kreme donut and having access to 357 channels on one of 200 different treadmills. And unfortunately, that is all still king today. But not everyone was okay with the status quo. Like I said, there are consequences or after effects to every significant event in the fitness industry. The next aftermath began in 2002. In 2002, a man named Greg Glassman introduced the world to CrossFit and started writing about garage gyms and fitness training that built athletes. And whether you love or hate CrossFit is irrelevant, as CrossFit has made an Arnold-sized impact in the world of fitness. The mentality of CrossFit was on the tip of everyone's tongue. Greg Glassman just gave it a name. CrossFit was simply the counter-culture to pumping iron, bicep curls, and chest day. It gave people a home who hated the fitness industry in its current state. It created a lot of garage gym athletes. But it doesn't stop there, and he wasn't the only one. In 2005, Tony Horton introduces the world to P90X. Perhaps one of the most popular fitness programs in the world, steeped heavily in the counterculture to mainstream, P90X gave home fitness a new life. Picking up where Jack LaLanne left off, only this time it was different. Both P90X and CrossFit were pushing intensity for greater results and with minimal equipment. Then CrossFit goes mainstream. Functional fitness explodes, and fitness comes to the home front with over 30 different spin-offs to P90X and other similar programs. And if you fast forward just over a decade to today, we are now at the beginning of something new. Like I said, there are consequences to every significant event in the fitness industry, and we are just beginning a new aftermath. Garage gym athletes are learning that intensity is important, but only when coupled with intelligent programming. We're getting smarter. We're evolving. We're cutting contracts, memberships, and leaving the status quo behind. We don't want to jump around in our living room to a DVD, and we don't need a $200 a month gym membership. We only want results, and we're getting those results. But we also started a movement. This grassroots movement that is garage gyms is exploding for a number of reasons, and I am truly excited that you're now a part of it. If you're sick of all that is involved with getting in shape, with becoming stronger and fitter, you're in the right place. Training and getting in shape can be a chore, but is it really the training you don't enjoy? With a little observation or self-analysis, you may find the chore is often not the training itself. Yes, training can suck, but is it really that bad? The worst part about fitness is all that comes with it. A long commute to the gym, crowds of people, occupied equipment, hygiene concerns, monthly fees, and much more. Look, you have a job, family, and all of life's chores and tasks to worry about. Who wants to start and end their day with what feels like another chore? A trip to the gym involves changing into appropriate clothes, driving, waiting, more driving, and the routine simply takes you from one climate-controlled box, your work, to another, the gym, with your only chance of fresh air coming from walking across the parking lot. Not to mention that every day you just don't feel like it and decide to skip the gym, it costs you money. Commercial gyms are designed for the masses, TVs, isolation machines, and a bunch of stuff you don't really need. It may make you feel better to have gone to the gym today, but wouldn't you rather train effectively and efficiently? Your head should be nodding at this point. Perhaps when you think of a garage gym, you think of Rocky Balboa chasing chickens and lifting logs, or maybe you think of a version of your commercial gym stuffed in your garage. The reality is somewhere in between. A garage gym can be an effective and efficient world-class training facility. It is built to suit your performance. And some of the fittest people in the world train in garage gyms regularly because they know the secret. Less equipment, fewer isolation exercises, and less junk, but more efficient training. The thought that will eventually cross your mind is, I don't have the money or time to make my garage my gym. While certainly not dirt cheap, you can do it for as little as $500, which is the equivalent of about a year and a half of the cheapest gym pass. If you use your garage gym for just 2 years, you will have made money on the investment. In addition, it only takes about 2 weeks to complete, and that's if you take your time. And now is the time to become a garage gym athlete. In the past, it was near impossible to have a garage gym. Not too long ago, you wouldn't be able to find a store that sold a kettlebell, and to order one online would have cost you a fortune in shipping fees, not to mention any larger and heavier equipment you may need, completely breaking the bank. Currently, it's very affordable. Luckily, the popularity of CrossFit and the sport of weightlifting have exploded in recent years. This popularity has made getting high-quality barbells, plates, and other equipment much more economical. There are plenty of stores and websites that offer free shipping and easy availability. And in the future, it'll become even more affordable. And just a prediction here, when the supply of CrossFit gyms exceeds the demand in coming years, you'll potentially see CrossFit gyms going out of business left and right. Now, while I wish nothing bad upon any gym owner or their livelihood, it'll make for an opportunity for you to snag great equipment at huge discounts. In spite of affordability, you have to be a little bit crazy to want to pursue fitness outside of the conventional gym or CrossFit box, right? Well, I don't think that the garage gym athlete is crazy. I consider the garage gym athlete other. A term I like to use a lot is other guy and other gal to describe those who are interested in becoming a garage gym athlete. Never be average, always be other. The other guy is not average, he is a doer. If it can make him better, he'll try it. If it's too heavy, he'll learn how to lift it. If it's too far, he'll still run to it. He will take on many challenges, is comfortable with the fact that things will never be perfect, and will go out knowing that he was never average. Life happens. Maybe you got stuck in a desk. Maybe your schedule got filled to the brim. Maybe you feel like an average life for you is like fitting a square peg into a round hole. Well, if you're listening to this, there's a good chance you would like to make some changes. You'd like to see how strong you can actually become, how fast you can truly run, and how much better you can actually be. And to embrace being other is to be a garage gym athlete. Welcome to a new aftermath. Welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Thanks for listening to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. If you want to learn more, go to garagegymathlete.com. You can learn about our training. Let us send you a copy of our book, The Garage Gym Athlete, or you can even get featured on the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Thanks for listening.